Michael Bisping and Paul Felder are pushing back hard against the UFC's growing reliance on interim belts, arguing that it is slowly destroying the sense of real dominance in the sport, something Felder says he has missed badly over the past couple of years. The conversation comes at a time when multiple divisions are stuck in limbo. Ilia Topuria is confirmed to be away from competition for several more months, which has already led the UFC to move forward with interim lightweight title. At heavyweight, Tom Aspinall is also sidelined after the eye poke incident and is not expected back anytime soon. With that backdrop, speculation has picked up that the UFC could introduce yet another interim belt, this time at heavyweight, with Alex Pereira and Cyril Gane rumored as a possible matchup, though nothing has been made official. Felder's concern is that the UFC has become too quick to reach for interim titles whenever a champion is temporarily unavailable, even for relatively short layoffs. In his view, this constant use of interim belts deprives champions like Topuria and Aspinall of the aura that comes with clear, unquestioned dominance. Let's dive into what Bisping and Felder had to say.
But are they going to do an interim title at heavyweight now as well? Because if he has surgery on his eyes, he can't rush back.
No. And there's complications there. I mean, you certainly can't be hit. You probably can't even be really training much at all where anything kind of rattles around or moves. So again, this is the issue, right? If you've got all these belts that just end up having interim championships and guys vacating them all the time, it doesn't become as exciting to me. Those super fights then become less exciting. I miss the days of the reigning champions. I miss the days of like an Anderson Silva, speaking of, obviously, who just won till like 50 years old. But yeah, I want that. I want to see that. I want to see somebody where you're like, oh, that guy can't lose. Ilia has the ability to be a guy like that. Tom, or whoever ends up winning that championship, Tom was already kind of that guy, and then this weirdness happened. If he goes and knocks out Cyril Gane, then we could have another guy like that at heavyweight. But all these interim belts, it just kind of makes you, all right, I get it.
Islam Makhachev just revealed he was offered a fight against Michael Morales for January, but he turned it down. Makhachev also sent a warning to Ilia Topuria, vowing to have a conversation with him to settle their issues. In a long interview with Russian channel Usha Taika, Islam covered multiple topics, and we are here to recap it for you. He revealed that he spoke to Peter Yan in Dubai before Merab Dvalishvili's rematch. Islam praised Peter for training with wrestlers in Dagestan to fix past mistakes, noting that if a third fight happens, it would be even easier for Yan because he now knows how to neutralize Merab's wrestling. On Umar Nurmagomedov, Islam finds a potential rematch with Dvalishvili more intriguing than Umar versus Petr Yan. He wants Umar to close his previous loss and believes he has the skills to outplay the former champ. Regarding his own schedule, Makhachev revealed the UFC offered him a fight in January against the undefeated Michael Morales, but he declined because he had just finished a 3-month camp and wouldn't have enough time to prepare. He expects to return after Ramadan, likely around April, May, or June. Now let's hear Makhachev's warning toward Topuria.
The UFC offered me a fight for January, but that date is impossible for me. I had just spent 3 months in a hard training camp, and if I were to fight in January, I would have had to turn around and leave for camp immediately. I told them no, I'll return after Ramadan, probably in April, May, or June. They gave me a name. The offer was for Michael Morales. He's a good opponent because he's undefeated. If you look at guys like Prates or Ian Gary, they've already lost recently, so Morales is the one on a good run right now. Honestly, I think Usman is my most uncomfortable matchup. As for Shavkat, I have no problem fighting him if the UFC puts him in front of me, but the man hasn't fought in over a year. He has to win a fight to get a title shot. I've also noticed this hatred coming from Ilia Topuria lately. I don't know what his problem is. No one in our team has said anything disrespectful about him. He even tried to act tough with Tagir Ulanbekov in Qatar while Tagir was cutting weight and down to 135. It's a bit much. People talk about his grappling, but I've seen him spend entire rounds stuck on his back. We'll settle our problems when we meet. I want to hear him out. Ask him what problems he has with us. Find out what he wants.
Dana White didn't hold back in criticizing Islam Makhachev for leaking the news about the Michael Morales fight plans. For weeks, the MMA world has been buzzing, with fans and pundits speculating who would be Islam's next title challenger at welterweight. Would it be the young, dangerous Michael Morales, or the legend in Kamaru Usman? The uncertainty kept the division talking, but then Islam confirmed in a Russian interview that the UFC had officially offered him Morales for a January January bout, and that revelation didn't sit well with Dana. White has always been outspoken about fighters talking too much and spilling information before the UFC is ready to announce anything, and he didn't shy away from showing his disappointment in a recent Instagram Live session. He didn't outright confirm or deny the fight offer itself, but he made it very clear that he was frustrated that fighters can't keep quiet, stressing that this kind of chatter undermines the promotion's control over announcements and surprises. It's the kind of tension fans love to see, as Dana's frustration only adds fuel to the speculation about Islam's next move in the welterweight division. Who do you want to see Islam defend his belt for the first time against? Can Morales pose real threat to Makhachev? Leave your comments below. Alright, now let's dive into what Dana had to say.
I don't really give a shit anymore. I mean listen, no real big secrets out there.
People can't keep their mouth shut for whatever reason. They want to act like they're in the know, so here we are. These guys just can't keep their mouth shut.
Another unexpected twist today comes from Michael Bisping, and this one caught a lot of fans off guard. For weeks, he has been one of Tom Aspinall's loudest defenders in the whole eye poke controversy, partly because they are both Englishmen, and partly because Bisping knows exactly what it's like to deal with eye injuries. But suddenly, Bisping switched gears and fired some surprisingly harsh criticism at Tom. He believes Aspinall is handling this situation the wrong way. Tom has been flooding social media with videos from doctor visits, scans, medical updates, everything. He is basically documenting every step to prove to the fans that the eye poke was real, that the injury was legit, and that he did not quit. Bisping thinks this is backfiring. In his eyes, Tom is doing too much and giving the controversy even more oxygen. The more he posts, the more people think he is trying to convince them, instead of moving forward like a champion. And coming from Bisping, a guy who fought half his career with one functioning eye, that criticism hits a lot harder. Bisping and Felder are advising Tom to move on from this incident, because this is not the type of stuff people want to hear from a heavyweight champion of the world.
And you know what? This almost, I don't want to say feeling sorry for yourself, but allowing it to get to you and showing the doctors and stuff, it's not what people want to see from the heavyweight champ. No one wants to hear that shit.
No.
People want to hear people be real, and say, yeah, this is pissing me off. And you know what? I'm coming back. I'm on my doctor's case every day. When can I fight? When can I fight?
Yeah, just like he said, he's saying it, but then he's doing that kind of stuff. He needs to, I know it's tough to move on when you got people doubting you and questioning you and calling you a quitter when you're a guy that's a heavyweight champion like Tom Aspinall. It's a fucking bitch to deal with. But you're right. He needs to just move on and get better and then show up in training and do your damn thing. And again, be the heel then. Turn heel. Be a dickhead to everyone. Nobody will care if you go and knock Cyril Gane out and then you get on that microphone and you start talking shit. Guess what? People will just absolutely love that version of you.
That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.